What's up, everybody? Welcome to Post Credit Chat, and you're joining us today for our Avengers review as we review all of the Marvel movies leading up to Doomsday releasing later this year in December. My name is Mark. This is Sam, and we're so excited you guys have joined us. If you will, do us a favor, leave us a like, hit the like, leave us a comment. Hit the like button. Leave us a comment. We love to know what your thoughts are on this movie, or maybe if Sam should be trying to wear a different hat from time to time instead of the same one.
No,
we don't know. Or the same one. Just stick with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah. I got the indent up here. You know how it fits just right.
Okay.
Come on.
It's a perfect hat. What you have to do, Sam, is go buy that same hat again, just so you can have a backup in case something ever happens to that hat.
Listen, dude, I've already got it in 2 different colors. Ooh. Same hat, different colors.
What are the colors?
Yeah. Green and blue.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I have 2 hairbrushes on standby when my one hairbrush goes away. It's called an air motion hairbrush.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Never seen a hairbrush like it. My barber used it when I was living out in California, and I was like, I'm going to buy that. And now I can't find them, and I'm glad I have 2 on standby just in case something ever happens to them. So,
heck yeah.
Hopefully I'm dead or bald before I run out of these 2 hairbrushes.
Do you want to choose bald? Is that really your choice?
Hopefully I'm dead, at least. at the very least.
Yeah. There we go.
You can follow us on all of our socials on X, BlueSky, Instagram, TikTok, X.
YouTube.
We have a lot of them. We also have a link tree. So if you go to one of our socials, you can find all of our socials.
Yeah.
All at the handle of Post Credit Chat. There you go.
Yeah.
Post Credit Chat. We are a big enough podcast to where you type in the letter Google P on Google and Post Credit Chat just pops up. In fact,
I hope it better be.
Don't do it. Don't do it right now. Are you doing it right now?
It's Post Credit Chat.
Post Credit Chat is just going to bust out of your screen, hitting you in the face. Just yeah.
That's it.
It did it, right?
Actually, straight up, yes. Post Credit Chat right there.
All right. Boom. I don't need to convince anybody. It just did it for one of our co-hosts.
Yeah, so, that's right.
There you go.
It comes up on Twitter first. So keep that in mind.
We have already reviewed all of the previous Marvel movies. We have started with Iron Man. We went Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and here we are on the 6th movie, bringing it all together. We did not really think it would go further than this, I guess, but it did. And we will be reviewing those movies as well. But we are here for the Avengers, released in 2012 on April 11th. Sam, this movie...
Dude, that's messed up.
It is messed up. But this movie had a $225 million budget. Not $225. $225 million budget. And it grossed over $1.5 to $1 billion.
That's disgusting.
That is disgusting. That is huge. I believe, just for comparison's sake, Endgame only had a 200,000, I think they have a $400,000 budget, or a $400 million budget. Sorry.
I was like, no.
All the dollars and the points and everything. It had 200 million more, is what I'm saying. So it had about a $400 million budget for Endgame, which is crazy because we're later on in the MCU at that point, and those movies are bigger than ever.
They're huge. Yeah,
they're huge. So this game was This movie was directed. Just words. Holy cow! Enough,
dude. Come on.
I'm done playing the games. But this movie was directed by Joss Whedon. I got to say, I'm not a big Joss fan. I think his style is a style that doesn't work for me too well. And we'll talk about that a little bit here when we talk a little more in depth on the Avengers. But prior to the Avengers, he directed Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He directed 2 episodes of The Office. I thought that was really funny.
Which ones?
I can tell you. One of them is Office Wars in season 4, I believe, where all the branches are doing the camp games or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one is when Michael Scott's going around recruiting for the Michael Scott Paper Company.
That's actually a good episode.
I think.
Okay, we're cool.
That may not be it. Let me see. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But while I'm looking this information up, he directed also Glee. So he's done a lot of like TV prior to like the Avengers. He then came in, did the Avengers, and then he afterwards did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He directed an episode there. Or no, he did a few episodes, I think. I can't remember. No, yeah, he did one episode of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, yeah, he did one episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then he also directed the Avengers Age of Ultron. And then this is something a lot of people don't really know, especially because IMDb doesn't really credit it on here. But Zack Snyder had to step away from the Justice League due to his daughter just, you know, a lot of stuff with that happening. He had to step away. Zack Snyder and Joss came in and kind of finished the movie, and it felt like a Joss Whedon movie. It did not necessarily feel like a Zack Snyder movie. And that's why a few years later, we then got the Zack Snyder cut for the Justice League. And it was just about as perfect of a superhero movie as you can get. I don't care what anyone says. I would love to review it one day, but 4 hours of Batman, the Justice League, Superman, all like it was dang near perfect. It was great. So all that to say, I was not a fan of Joss's take on the Justice League, to say the least. Fight me on it. You could tell me like, well, he came in after Zach already started it. I do not care. Okay. Let me share with you some fun facts on this because I did find a few of these things interesting, I will say. But the movie almost didn't happen. A lot of people didn't know this, but before, Disney came in, obviously they didn't have the Disney money for the backing. So what they did is they actually went to Merrill Lynch and they took out a large loan in 2005 to make all of these movies. And they didn't have that much more money in the budget for the Avengers. And so it was like, do we do it? Do we not do it? They ended up going for it and they did it. This movie was originally scheduled to be released in 2011, but it got pushed to 2012 just due to some of the casting changes that they had. And I'm curious to know a little bit more on that. I didn't get quite the information. The information I was looking for, so who that would be. But this is a movie where we see Edward Norton is not in it. Mark Ruffalo has replaced Edward Norton. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The working title while they were filming this movie was called Group Hug. I thought that was kind of cool. Group Hug. The movie has over 2,200 VFX shots. 14 different VFX companies worked on it altogether. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Cleveland is probably where they filmed this movie the most. It doubled as a New York for them. Let's see. It made $1.5 billion worldwide. It became the third highest grossing film of all time at the time of its release. Obviously, there's been a lot that has happened since then, and those stats have changed. Let's see here. The shawarma scene was filmed after the premiere. I thought that was fun. It wasn't even part of the original cut. It was shot one day later because Whedon thought it'd be funny. He shot it one day later after it premiered, and Chris Evans had a beard, like a goatee, because he was filming another movie. And so you see him like covering his mouth like this, like in the scene, you don't see his face. It's because he's covering his beard. So that was another fun thing, I thought.
That's funny.
That is funny. Let's see here. Let's get one more good one in. Thanos appears in the mid-credit scene, and for the most part, a wide portion of the audiences in 2012 were like, who's that purple guy? Setting up the entire Infinity Saga. Thanos has had some changes over the movies.
It's really insane that he showed up in the first Avengers movie, too. Like, that seems early.
Yeah, that does actually. Because we do go... But that also goes to show, like, they did a good job, like, hey, get him in there early. Yeah. And then, like, let's just kind of keep him coming in a few times throughout the movies, like being mentioned and all that. Last thing I'll say is Phil Coulson, his death in this movie, it almost made the movie rated R. So They had to edit the scene down to make it a PG-13. Fun fact.
That's so what? It wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't. But there you go. Lastly, let's kind of talk a little bit more about our awesome lineup of actors and actresses that we have. We have Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Tony Stark and Iron Man, Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America, Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow. We have Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. We have Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, the Hulk, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Clark Gregg returning as Agent Phil Coulson, Kobe Smulders as Agent Maria Hill. We have Stellan Skarsgård, Selvig, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. We have Paul Bettany as Jarvis. It's probably where I'll leave it. We already have a big audience, a large casting for this movie. Okay, Sam, let's jump into this movie. What were your thoughts? Let's start with it.
I love it. I think it's a great movie.
Okay.
I think, yeah, man, I don't know. Everything about the way they set this movie up to like the way they end it and say like, hey, like, you know, these guys are awesome. It's just so cool. It's a great, like, to me, this is a superhero movie, you know?
Yep.
And I think they executed it perfectly. And I think if this movie, and they knew that if this movie was bad, that it would have gone nowhere.
Right.
Like the MCU was done. So they did not hold their punches. They made it sick.
And it made $1.5 billion. I mean,
yeah.
Not only did like people go see this movie, there were people who were going back and seeing it again, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with you. I thought this movie was let me talk specifically about when it released. I thought it was amazing. I still think it's a great movie today.
Mm-hmm.
When this movie first came out, this is almost like not a good comparison, but when I first saw The Hangover in theaters, that movie, I could not stop laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing I had ever seen. I will never forget that theater experience. I remember being in my seat thinking, this is the pinnacle of comedy, and I am witnessing it right here in this theater. For Avengers, I had a very similar take where I was like, this is like the coolest action movie I've ever seen, and this is like a dream come true. We have gotten these superhero movies, but finally we're getting a true team up. Yeah. This is the best. So I thought they did a great job with this. I thought it was great. I was rewatching it, and today I think it's still a great movie overall, but I cannot stand the writing. I think the writing is, I'm going to say, horrible. I think it is terrible writing.
Dang.
There are some lines, not overall, but for the most part, I thought the writing was very corny and very favorited.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor get the best lines in the movie. Everybody else, and Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury. I think everybody else, their lines are like so corny. Phil Coulson talking to Captain America about like, I used to watch you as you sleep, or you weren't sleeping, you were frozen and you were knocked out, or I was, this is so corny. I think the worst lines come from Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. It was like secondhand embarrassment where he just keeps referring to himself as like, are you talking to me or the other guy? And I'm like, we get it. You're the Hulk. You don't have to convince us. We know who you are. And this is just like one of those video games where like, you know, you're playing the single player game. You're getting ready to solve a puzzle. And within the first 15 seconds, your character says something like, maybe I should go see what this box does. And it's like, shut up. I'm playing the game. I'm figuring out the puzzle. I don't need you to help me out right now.
Yeah.
And like, to me, that's kind of like what this was. Like the Hulk just, or Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner is just like, yeah, is that all you heard about me? Or did you hear something else? And I'm like, it's just horrible, dude. I think it's
bring back Edward Norton. That was their issue.
Edward Norton. Really? Yeah, I agree with you, but it just kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, I felt like I think you're right, actually. But then there's some parts where I'm like, the actor should be able to take these lines and make them the best that the line can be able to be made to be. But there's also like the writing kind of doomed this character to a point, and it's like we just don't need you to walk us through the Hulk like we don't know who you are. Like, we know who you are.
That's fair. Yeah.
I was annoyed by that. He's like, I did like the line at the end where he's like, "That's the thing, Cap. I'm always angry." And then he like just
like, yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
But
that was about it for me for the Hulk. But like, I thought Scarlett Johansson's like Black Widow, where she's like tied up and she's like at the very beginning and she's being interrogated, and they get a phone call. It's like, "It's for you." And so she's being interrogated by the villains, but she's like taking this phone call, and it's just corny to me, man. And you know,
and she's like a very flat character too. At least
in this movie,
she's fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah,
like she's just kind of a nothing burger character. Same as Hawkeye, honestly. Like both of them were just like nothing in the first one.
Hawkeye had some corny lines as well, where
that's what I'm saying.
Samuel Jackson or Nick Fury at the beginning is like, you know, he lands in the helicopter because he's coming to check out the Tesseract, and you know, he's talking to Selvig, and he's like, "Where's Hawkeye?" And so Hawkeye like is up in the ceiling, or you know, from a higher vantage point. He comes in, and Nick Fury's like, "I thought I told you to keep a close eye on." He's like, "You know me, I can only watch things from a distance." And I'm like, "Are you Hawkeye?" Oh my God, I didn't know that. It's just brutal, man. And so the writing really threw me off. Another thing, and I promise I'll talk about things I love, but another thing is Thor's hair in this movie is straightened. They used a hair straightener on his hair. Missy and I could not, and it's like flopped over. I don't know. I was just like, you look like a woman in this movie. It's so bad. And so I don't know why we straightened Thor's hair. He's like talking to Loki on the mountain when he first like gets Loki. I'm just like, dude, like you look like you're getting ready to walk on the stage at Broadway or something. So that looked corny to me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I really think aside from the dialogue, and if I'm being honest, some pacing issues, I think it's a fantastic movie. I think that all the performances are, well, not all of them, but the primary performances are pretty good. Especially like, you know, Captain America, Iron Man, like they do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
There's some really cool like scenes that are shot where it's like it's in a certain way it kind of insists upon itself. It's like, hey, this is a team up movie, and it keeps like doing this thing to remind you of it, and that's annoying to a point. But it's also like, you gotta remember, this is like the first ever like big time superhero team up movie. You know, so it's like, yeah, they're gonna be like, this is the coolest thing ever. They're all together right now.
Right. There's gonna be growing pains in this.
Yes. And I think it works for this movie though.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I think that some other like later MCU movies do this exact same thing, but it's like, we did this with Avengers. You need to figure out a different way to do what you're doing. Yeah. You know, I think Infinity War did it well. Just the way that they introduced all their characters. And they did it kind of similarly to how this movie did it. So
yeah, I'll say who I think did not do it well. I don't know if you ever watched this, but we got on Netflix Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones.
Yes.
But then we got the Defenders, Avengers like team up.
Yeah.
And it was so horrible.
Garbage.
It was really bad. And we should have learned from that. When did that release? Yeah. I'm curious.
It was like 2015, maybe.
2017. Yeah, we should have known this by now.
Yeah.
That was a bad show. And I mean, to be honest, part of that was because of the Danny Rand guy. Finn something, the guy who was in Game of Thrones. So
yes,
his character as Iron Fist was just really terrible. So, but I mean, I'm even then, like, as we review all these Marvel movies, I have it playing right here next to me, and like, this is like a game or a movie where, like, yeah, dude, like, I absolutely have all of the forgiveness for the movie. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard
absolutely.
to it's hard to not focus on the dialogue for me. It's hard to not look at Thor's hair, and like, these are, at the end of the day, like, Thor's hair is pretty petty, but like the writing to me, I'm just like, I can't. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
anyways, what was like something like standout moments for you in this movie? What did you really enjoy?
Pretty much anything with Loki in it was pretty cool. Like, well, not everything, but like the scenes where he's like doing his thing, like being no mischievous, it's just cool, good,
Mm-hmm.
like fun to watch. Him getting smacked up by Hulk is like iconic, excellent scene.
Yep.
Um, even like kind of the small stuff where he's like in the cell is just cool. It's like this guy kind of sucks. He's a turd,
Yeah,
and he kind of got his way too. So it's just cool. It's like seeing Loki actually be the villain is nice.
I agree.
Um, Let me think. For the time, the CGI is like super super good. It kind of makes me wonder like where that went with some Marvel projects because
Yeah.
for 2012 it looks fantastic. Like you think about that final like battle,
Yeah.
it looks really really good.
Yeah. A lot of it does look. I'm watching Hulk run through a building and jump onto one of the like flying things, and yeah,
Yeah.
this whole movie looks great. It really does.
Yes.
Um, when I think of like these characters in the team up, I think they went about doing this the right way. Like
Mm-hmm.
the excitement we got from the post credit scene of of Captain America to seeing this come to fruition. Like, this is a movie that we got hyped for, and the hype was there. Well earned too. So I'll
Absolutely.
give that to Joss. I think he did a great job with it. Um, but we then see him go on to do Avengers: Age of Ultron. We will review that movie. We're not talking about it now, but what I will point out is they just have not brought him back. And
Right.
so I think this movie worked for the time period. I don't think Avengers would work today, like
Hmm.
how it was made back then.
Yeah.
I think there's a new bar set. And I think we've gotten that from Infinity War and Endgame. I think we're gonna get a new bar with Doomsday, hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah. It
But
needs it.
yes, one thing I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Ah, maybe not. One thing I love about this movie is that it allowed at least one other project I know of, but like other projects in the MCU to come back to this movie. So,
Yeah.
for instance, the Hawkeye show, I'm pretty sure it opened up to like, hey, some of the destruction that happened here in this Battle of New York fight had
Hmm.
real implications. And we see some of that take place at the beginning of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And it kind of goes to pay an homage that uh, Civil War does a good job of showing, is like kind of the whole thing in Civil War is like, hey, we have these superheroes. This is great. But like, you guys have no accountability, and people are dying because of the destruction in these cities that you don't answer to. You just go help without like any like accountability by any means. And if death happens, like, the world has to deal with it. That's kind of what Civil War is like focused on. And we see a lot of that happen here, take place with this. And this is an
Yeah.
alien invasion, quote unquote, right? But it's just cool to be able to see, like, even in Hawkeye, like, take something like this and run with it further. I thought was really cool.
Yeah. I agree. And I think, at the time, I'm going to be honest, I didn't love Civil War, but I think it's grown on me a lot. And we'll talk about that when we watch Civil War,
Right.
I'm sure. But like, and that movie was so boring to me at first, but
Whoa.
over time, I know. I know.
That was basically Avengers 3 for
I
me.
know. I know it was.
I'm
But
excited to talk about it then.
I think yeah, that's one of those that like I've started to appreciate more.
I gotcha.
But and especially like kind of watching this, it's like okay, these things make a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Um, what I will say, something I thought was interesting is there is like kind of the premise in this, especially when they're in the aircraft carrier in the air.
Hmm.
Loki's whole thing is like almost what um, Zemo in Civil War. His whole thing is where he's like, I'm going to turn the Avengers against each other. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
that's what this Loki is trying to do. He's like turning the Avengers against each other. It's like Iron Man and Cap going at each other, you know, and
Hmm.
Thor and the Hulk are getting into a fight. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. And even at the beginning, before they're even in the aircraft carrier, they're having those fights. And it's all kind of centered around Loki causing this mischief. So the god of mischief. But yeah, cool. I enjoyed this movie, and where it may have sounded like I was dunking on it more than I was praising it. I mean, I did like this movie a lot. I thought this was done very well. I think the aging it has aged. It doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't mean it's unwatchable. But yeah,
Yeah. It's still good. It
it's
holds
still
up.
good. I agree with you. I just watched where Loki got an arrow shot at him and he's like not even looking and he catches it. So this is the kind of stuff I'm like, I mean, I get it. It's a superhero movie. It's kind of supposed to have corny elements, but I'm like, it's just, that's a little too corny for me. So little things that I get upset about that no one else would.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. We need to talk ranking, Sam.
Yeah.
Movie rank, villain rank, post-credit scene rank. So as everybody knows, if you've been watching our previous episodes where we review all the other movies, in first place for the movies, we've got Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2. Where does the Avengers sit for you? And I got to be honest with you, I haven't really thought about this yet. So I'm curious to see what you say. I will say I don't think we're going to align on this one.
We're not. It's one for me.
We're not going to align on this at all. You thought this movie was better than the first Iron Man.
I do. Marginally. But I think it's better.
Would you settle for 2?
I would settle for 2. I think that they're close enough that I could settle for 2.
Because I think it is better than everything after it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they're very close. If I were like scoring it, I would give Iron Man like a 7.8.
Yeah.
And maybe Avengers like a 7.9, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're that close to me.
I think for me, I watch Iron Man and I'm like, this movie looks good. The writing is outstanding. The VFX are phenomenal. The casting is top tier. Like the music choice, I'm here for it. I just didn't feel like it was corny. I mean, it has its moments.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was just like, Avengers needs to have some respect on Sam, and I think they did a great job. But I'm like, I just don't know what's better than Iron Man 1. So
I'll settle for 2. I'm happy with that.
Okay. And then it's great because I can finally see my keyboard now. Or last time I was not able to. Okay, so we've got new ranking. Iron Man in first place. Second place, the Avengers. Third is Captain America. Fourth, Thor. Fifth, Incredible Hulk. Sixth, Iron Man 2.
I like it.
Villain rank. So this is interesting because we talked about, we were like, how are we going to do this when we got to this movie? And so we've got right now Loki in first place from Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Red Skull, Captain America, Obadiah Stane, Abomination, Hulk, Whiplash, Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I'll go first this time. I think Loki is easily like first place.
Yeah, it's not close.
So my question is, can we merge the two?
I don't think we should.
Okay.
I think that they're different. They play differently in each movie. You know,
So who do you think? So you think Avengers Loki is before
Better
Thor
than-
Loki?
yes.
Okay. I mean, I agree with that.
I just don't think it's fair to group them together.
Dude. Your boy.
Dude cannot type.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I needed that. Okay. I've been hanging on that one for a minute. Yeah, I cannot type. Okay. So, first place, we have Loki, the Avengers, Loki, Thor, Red Skull, Captain America, Obadiah Stane, Iron Man, Abomination, Hulk, Whiplash, Iron Man 2.
Yep. Keep Whiplash where he needs to be.
Okay. I completely agree. That ain't going to change. Well,
Actually,
it could.
Yeah, it very well could.
It could. Now let's rank the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Right now we have Captain America, where it was just basically a trailer for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a trailer, but it's still a post-credit scene. Iron Man 2. I always forget what this one
Thor
was.
Hammer.
What is it? Thor Hammer.
Thor Hammer.
Great. Iron Man was
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Thor. Oh, it was Eric Selvig talking to
Yes.
Nick Fury, and Loki comes in.
Yep.
And then the Incredible Hulk just, I mean, unless I skipped by it too quickly, but it didn't have a post-credit scene, so I always feel awkward saying it. So there you go.
Oh wait, no, it did. It was with Tony Stark talking to somebody.
But that wasn't a post-credit scene. That
You're
was
right.
just,
You're right. We keep doing this.
yeah, that was just
Yes.
the last scene of the
Yes.
movie. This post-credit scene was one of the Jatari leaders addressing somebody sitting in a throne, and it was Thanos. And then we get like another, this is what, the first Marvel movie where we get two post-credit scenes. So
Yeah.
my thought is that it's usually like a serious one and a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just
That's
always do the
exactly
serious
it.
one?
I think we can pick. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Do we need to rank them separately?
I mean, we could combine it and say, like, I think overall the Avengers had a better post-credit scene as
Let's
a whole.
do the separate. Let's do the serious ones.
Yeah, I agree.
I think.
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so you go
I
first
see
this
where
time.
you just. I see what you just did.
What?
Never mind. I think it's one.
Really? Okay.
I do. Yeah.
What did
But,
I
like,
do?
No, I was just messing with you. You
Okay.
put your like cursor in front of Captain America, which made me think you're gonna do like. You already knew where you were putting it.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
you're
think
good.
I just clicked, to be honest.
You did. But it's all good.
I think you're right. Because I think coming off of the hype of this movie
Yeah.
and it at the time just being flawless and the coolest thing I'd ever seen on the big screen, I was like, you are now painting the picture that we're getting more movies and Thanos is going to be here. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm with you, dude.
I'm sold. Like I didn't really know the gravity of it at the time, but like looking back at it, like that was a cool setup.
That was cool. I think they did a good job with it.
Yes. Even though the design was a little whack in those early iterations.
I need to go put like descriptions next to all these. Is what I need to do. So that way we don't have
we're
to.
gonna get to a point where we're not gonna even have time to say what's what.
That's fair. That's fair.
We'll get to like movie 10 and be like, no, we can't do this. Like,
It is what it is.
yes.
I completely agree. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Well,
I'm happy with that.
we did it. We got through phase 1. Easy. We're done with it.
Whoa, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. We have 6 movies in phase 1. Roughly 6 movies a phase, I think is kind of what we were looking at earlier. But we did it, man, and that's huge. That's exciting. And so at the time of you watching this, we have all of our other MCU movie reviews up for Phase One. So please go there and watch those, and leave a like, leave a comment on what your thoughts are for those movies. If you think we're being too harsh, or myself being too picky about the Avengers, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you guys on that. As always, thank you for joining us. You can find us on all of our socials: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, BlueSky, and YouTube, all at the handle of Post Credit Chat. And we're just so glad you guys are a better part of this. Seriously, every view matters to us. Every like matters. Even the dislikes, we learn from that. We try to see why did it get this many dislikes? How can we do better next time? So we appreciate the feedback, and we're excited for the next season, which is going to be not next season in TV, but the next phase, I should say.
Heck yeah.
Phase 2. Kicking off with what?
I think it's Iron Man 3.
It better not be.
I would put money down that it's Iron Man 3.
Look.
I don't want chronological order.
It is.
Yeah, Iron Man 3.
Then Thor, Dark World,
Oh.
Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. So we got some bangers coming up.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do Iron Man 3. This is it's the last main Iron Man movie.
It's crazy that I don't think I ever realized that they all came out that close to each other.
I know. Well, I think they didn't realize at the time they were kind of like abiding by an old school, we've got Shang-Chi years ago, and we have still yet to get a Shang-Chi sequel. So, yeah, it's interesting. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.